Wow, what do you know about this? Hold on, I got a little extra noise going on in my ear for a second
Yeah.
before I open up too far here. There we go. Can you still hear me out there on the
Yes,
big
no problem. I hear
screen?
you good.
All right, Ray, what's going on? Welcome to America, buddy, in another episode of New Oaks AI Podcast. Ray's in California. How'd you make it?
Yeah. Let's see you in California.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it took me 12 hours flight from Shanghai to San Francisco International Airport.
Hmm.
And then I posted on Twitter, right? Say I came here for the SaaStr event to meet up
Hmm.
people. And the founder of SaaStr, Jason, also commented, hey, welcome. So I think it's really not it's not very common that people like flew for 12 hours and just to attend the
Well,
SaaStr event.
sure. I don't
Yeah,
think so
so
either. So where Ray is right now is over at the SaaStr event taking place where in California, Ray?
it's near the San Francisco airport. I'm not in the SaaStr event yet, so the
Gotcha.
registration is going to be like 2:30 p.m. this morning. I mean this
Okay.
afternoon, sorry. Right now I'm at the Airbnb apartment, I mean house that where I live in.
Oh,
It's
okay.
there are a lot of there's a lot of fun here. The name of the Airbnb is called Startup House.
Oh, wow.
So I managed to find it. One of my friends found it in Airbnb, and the guy, the host, I mean, is Russian guy, is an entrepreneur. So
Oh, wow.
has been living in the Silicon Valley for like 20 years. So
Yeah.
the idea was gather a lot of like entrepreneurs or startup owners or whoever wants to build a business here together,
Mhm.
just for gathering and do some demo and maybe if can hook up with some potential customers. So the atmosphere was fun here,
But
and yeah, so the trip was very smooth and very interesting. And then after I landed in San Francisco International Airport, I rented a Tesla with full self-driving feature. So
oh,
specifically, I booked
nice.
that special vehicle. It's a Model Y, similar model with the one I had in Shanghai, but
Sure.
but it has FSD features. I really want to test out the full self-driving thing. But I'm gonna record a short video and maybe I can send to you and other folks.
I'd love
Just
to
let
see
to
that.
experience that. It was fun. And I also rent the vehicles through a app called Turo. Are you familiar with Turo?
To you, is that Turo?
T-U-R-O.
Turo? Yeah, I've seen
Turo.
that.
Yeah. Turo is a
I think they'll
C2C,
get
a
that.
peer-to-peer renting platform so that people can share their vehicle and rent it out for
Okay.
business. Yeah, so it was smooth and the price was very reasonable. It
Oh,
was
wow.
a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
$50 a day for a Chevy Bolt. If you're gonna be going custom, it looks like a Honda
yep,
Accord's like $60. That's cool. That's
yeah.
definitely cheap.
So
All right, awesome. So we got a lot of stuff to cover in a short amount of
yes,
time. Ray sent me a
sure.
big old list of new
Uh-huh.
stuff. We got obviously Ray coming to us from America for the first time on New Oaks AI podcast. So I'm glad to see that. And we've got a
Yep.
little teaser about what's going on with the AI events and the New Oaks AI roadmap. Ray, let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So we recently have been doing a lot of things, right? For for the updates. First thing is about we're paying off the we call tech debt, which we were spending a lot of time to optimize the code, just
Mhm.
to make the code more stable, and also to implement the new list of the model GPT 4.0 August 6 model because the
Gotcha.
model has a structured output, but we have to gradually implement it. First with the RAG and secondly with integrate with function calling, and then
Mhm.
right now on the beta testing stage, we have like a couple of selected customers who's just to test the performance, whether the performance is as as good as it is supposed to be, or
Mhm.
and also whether it's more stable and has less hallucination. So far, it has been really well.
Yeah.
So probably we'll release the full version, the full blown version of GPT 4.0 Alpha 6, which is going to be a lot of advancement in terms of the speed and also the output,
Gotcha.
structured output. Yep.
So when you say hallucinations, I know it's when it's going off track and talking about other topics than what the main topic of discussion is. But what about bots just doing the one-off? Like sometimes somebody asks for a recipe or asks
Yep.
for an answer to a question and it still answers those sometimes. Is there,
Yep.
I mean, what do we do as trainers to the bots to
Yep.
avoid that in the training that we do? Is there, what do we specify
Yeah.
to like
I
keep a
think
bot from doing that? Is there,
right.
I mean, know we have a
So
safety switch, but tell me more about how we do that.
yeah, so before the new, I mean, for all August 6th version, I think we came out the solution with the safety prompt, right?
Mhm.
You just put stuff that you do not want the bot to answer. But with the structure output implementation, I think we can just specify the scope of the conversation
Mhm.
in the system prompt. So that's so far that's what we are testing with. Hopefully, it will be much better in terms of safety and in terms of not answering the questions not related to the business content.
So it's a relevant question because it's obviously happening on all these bots. It's not like any one bot is answering
Yeah,
one-off questions. It seems like any bot you go to in one way or another, you can trick it or
yeah,
say the right thing that just makes it go a little off the rails and start thinking
right,
on, not on its
right,
own, but it just like answers whatever you tell it to answer at
yeah,
that point. And we're
yeah.
trying to
So
work on.
yeah, so it's the difficulty is actually very hard to define your own business scope, right? For
Yeah.
example, you are a agency company owner, a SaaS company owner,
Mhm.
but I mean, how to define your business? I mean, if you have a customer who is running a restaurant business, right? Then I want to ask you whether your software can tell me, can can give me some recipe
Mhm.
of a omelet or sandwich or beef sandwich, whatever, or
Mhm.
you know, burger, how to make a good burger. But I mean, it cannot say that it's not you know, related to your business because you're building
I agree.
software restaurant, right? You're making appointments for a restaurant, franchise restaurant, and you're supposed to the software, the chatbot is supposed to tell the name of the rest of the menu, right? Or
Mhm.
the different recipe on or foods provided on the menu. It could be has something related to that you know, food or cooking. So it's really hard to
I'll
define
be
your
honest. Well, I'll be honest, Ray. I don't have a problem with small talk because we
yeah,
used to program small talk into the original dialogue bots that we used to make back then. It was you had to have that little nuance so that people didn't think they were just talking to a robot. And in
yeah,
this case, now they know they're talking to a robot. We just want
yeah,
to make it a little more human. So you go off rails on topics sometimes with people when you're having a business discussion. It's just like
exactly.
something comes up and you're like, oh yeah, I remember when we were in Taiwan, we had this really
Yeah,
good meal and it was this, and then you're talking about food. So
yes.
same idea, I think,
The
in
mindset.
relevance.
So yeah, you're exactly right. So there's someone was the same thing. I did not turn on the safety prompt in
Yeah,
my official chatbot
don't
because
blame
I
it.
do not want to block people from just testing it out. Right, the
Mhm.
cost of a token is so minimum. But
I agree.
I see that a lot of business owners were worrying about, hey, how about someone is going to abuse about ask a lot of unrelated questions. But you know, the thinking behind that is, from my perspective, I could be wrong, that most business didn't go well, not because someone was abused their path, because it is because they don't get any traffic at
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
That's
I
the
agree.
issue, right? We don't want to spend a lot of time just prevent people from trying our bot.
Good idea.
And we should really focus on how to get more customers, right? I'm sure there will be some abusement, you know, as some like fun, some people are just messing around, but I don't think that's the main focus. So, you know,
No, they're still
same,
trying to answer test questions on my bot over in Africa. So I'm not sure, but they enjoy it. They're having fun,
yeah,
and it's not
yeah,
costing me more
right.
than $1 a month to let them
Yes,
play and get their answers. So I just let them
exactly.
play with it, and it's all good. All right, well, let's get into the deep stuff here, Ray. We got a couple of trends going on. Big news is mostly Apple's iPhone 16 with the new ChatGPT integration and something about Elon Musk's Mars mission I hear on the timetable. So let's start with iPhone 16. What's the word on the street there?
Yeah, so the iPhone 16, the biggest feature is that it comes with the first phone, I think, smartphone that comes with AI, I think.
That's correct.
So GPT is the provider of the large language model behind the scene. So I
Mhm.
think there's a lot of expectations out of iPhone 16. It's been announced in August 9th, and the reservation or pre-order is supposed to start from September 13th. I heard the real shipment is going to start on September 20. So I plan to get one
Yeah.
here so that I can test out how the AI, the home phone with AI can play out and create, much more fun features and
Mhm.
functions for consumers. Because, I have been testing one that the other brand, Android brand, already with AI.
Yeah.
So the use case is that when someone call you, right? If you're not with your near to your phone, the AI can actually pick up and
Mhm.
start a conversation, but with your permission. So one of my friend was calling a candidate, right? We're hiring some like developers, and then when we make a call, and my partner Kelvin CTO, he actually talked with the guy for like 10 minutes. I
Oh,
feel the
wow.
guy was a little bit of not very engaging and interested in the job.
Yeah.
He feel a little bit upset. But later on, the guy, messaged him. He said, "Hey, Kelvin, sorry, I was not on my phone. It was a bot talking to you." It's a real case,
Yeah, I've
We
seen.
were
I think
laughing
you
out.
tricked me. You tricked me as well with a bot that was making comments on my Facebook page, and I think I responded. I
Yeah,
said, "Ray, you gotta be careful with this guy. You might want to talk to me." He's like
right.
laughing at me, like, "No, that's my bot, dummy." I was
Yeah,
like, "Oh,
exactly.
okay."
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
got me. You
So
got me.
good or bad, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot of like misuse of the bot,
Mhm.
just scammy like phone
Oh
calls,
yeah,
message. But let's see the brighter side, right? It's going to open another door for us, right? For other business
absolutely.
owners to provide more advanced features to our prospective customers. So I really,
Yeah.
looking forward to the new iPhone 16.
Yeah, and that one, it looks like the pre-order timeline starts September 13th. So that's just in a few days if you're ready to go ahead
Yeah.
and pre-order your next iPhone. I'm not in the iPhone ecosystem, you
Okay.
might say. I've been an Android user from day one. I think honestly, I have to watch this. This you'll laugh at this. Just unplug my headset here, but this is the only iPhone I've ever owned. It's an
Which one?
iPhone
Wow.
6. Look at
Six.
its
Wow.
look at its condition.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Splitting
wow.
in half.
I can see the inside. Yeah. Oh
You
my
can see
God.
the inside of this one. The
Man.
only reason I use this phone, Ray, is so I can still connect to Amazon Live and do broadcasts through
Oh,
Amazon Live. This is the only way I can get the streaming URL and key
right.
from Amazon is through that
Oh,
iPhone.
yeah. So, because Amazon only can connect to iPhone, right? With
Yes, that's correct. Well,
okay.
it's only that they will only let you connect to get the key and the stream key, the
Ah,
URL and the stream key
yep.
from the device. Once you get it, you
Okay.
can stream from anywhere. It's just a matter of
Ah,
getting the numbers you need. So,
interesting. Interesting.
yeah, a little bit of a silo there they put up.
Yep.
So what about Elon? He's got a lot of forethought here. He's talking what, 4 years, 2 years before we start to open the window on non-manned missions to Mars. Four
Yes.
years he's thinking we'll have people flying out there. Is that what he said?
Yeah. That was crazy. That was right before I get on the flight
I know,
to San
right?
Francisco. I saw, wow, Elon make an announcement on X says the the journey to the Mars is going to take off like within 2 years with no man trip, right? And the trip with human being on the
Yeah.
rocket will be like 4 years
I
from now.
got the I got the tweet right here. It says the first starships to Mars will launch in 2 years when the next Earth Mars transfer window opens. These will
Yep.
be uncrewed to test the reliability of landing intact on Mars. If those landings go well, then the first crewed flights to Mars will begin in 4 years. That's
Wow.
just that. I never thought I'd live to see this day, Ray. I really didn't.
Yeah. It's mind blowing.
It is.
Yes.
It
Yeah. So if
is.
someone telling me that, human is gonna start trip to Mars in real world, like, within like
Before you passed, yeah.
yeah, before I pass, I will be like, you're kidding me. it's another movie, right? I thought it's gonna be are telling me another like a sci-fi movie. Yeah, I like to watch it, but you know, make it real. So it's really exciting. I think there's gonna be a lot of things going on with
Imagine the opportunities that opens up for like our kids and our grandkids from this point
yeah,
forward. The things that are going to develop from just that statement that he made,
yeah,
because businesses are going to want to jump on that idea. You've
yeah.
got, wow, we've got 4 years to prepare. What
Sure.
could we create in 4 years that could
Yep.
make us millionaires, billionaires, whatever it might be? And not even just for the money's sake, but like Ray,
Yep.
you and I both consider whatever we create should be something beneficial to humanity and
Yep.
business as a whole for everybody.
Exactly.
So look
So
what
a lot
that's
of
going to do.
things, a lot of opportunities. You know, first I think the trip to the moons, right? Moon's the base to set up a second rocket to the Mars. So the
Yeah.
just rocket to Mars will be set up from the moons. So with the trip from Earth to the moons, I think there are a lot of business opportunities, right?
Mhm.
The ticket is going to be, I think, under like 20K US dollar to the
Really?
moon. For God's sake, just for travel. I think there are a lot of people can afford that.
Yeah,
And
they
then
will.
the back and forth agency, you can sell the ticket to the moon, right? You can be the marketing agency for like moon travel,
Exactly.
like
Moon
trip,
travel.
and even more. So I was thinking about I took a flight of 12 hours from Shanghai to San Francisco by airplane, but
Hmm.
with the rocket, SpaceX rocket, Elon had a video about that. So you can launch the rocket from Shanghai to New York, right? Rocket, and the trip is going to shorten the flight from 12 hours to like 30 minutes. Think
Yeah, I
about
think
it.
it's under 2 hours. He said for sure there'd be no flight under
Yeah,
that would ever take more than 2 hours to get anywhere.
yeah, exactly. So
No.
so I can come here for like have a podcast, you know, with you and then play back
Jet back.
in the
Yeah.
same day.
Easy.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
waiting
a
for the interstellar, teleportation myself. I just want to be able to blink and be there.
yeah.
What's this? What's this half-hour drive stuff? I just want to be able to flash into the next room.
Yeah, yeah, that would be
So we got
kind of
another
fun.
segment here, Ray. Let's talk a little bit about your trip to Silicon Valley and you mentioned the Tesla model you got your hands on from Turo. Is that really have you've been in a self-driving vehicle before, right? I have not. I've never been in
No,
one.
I haven't. This it will be my first
Oh, okay.
test drive. I have that for a couple of days, but the schedule was too tight. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna test drive today with full
gotcha.
self-driving. It's a little bit scary, but it's more like excitement, right?
A little
Because
bit scary letting the car drive itself. I think I'd be
yeah,
shaking in my boots until I knew I was out in the open
I know.
back
But
in the
the good
parking lot.
thing is that it also has human interference, just like our
Yeah,
live chat, right? If you're not happy with chat about the automation, the human can always step in. So
take
I'm
over.
gonna sit behind the wheel and just I'll grab the wheel if I see anything that happens that make me uncomfortable. I'm gonna step in. So
Yeah.
that should be
We
okay.
always hope the human rollover works every time.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
key. All right.
exactly.
Well, let's get past that then. So you're staying at the startup house. That's in Palo Alto? So
Yeah.
at least you're around a bunch of tech enthusiasts, around a bunch of entrepreneurs, which is great for this type of networking that you're doing now. So it says here you've been able or are going to be able to go back and visit. Have you already visited Steve Jobs' house and the Geek House and Mark Zuckerberg's place, or is that all coming up on your itinerary?
Yeah, yeah. So the other day, like I went to attend another event for meetup events with founders and investors. That exactly the early rented office for Mark Zuckerberg. The name is
Mm-hmm.
called Geek House. You can Google it online. So I mean, it's a fun. It's a very fun story. So when Zuckerberg dropped off of Harvard and moved to California, start his first venture. He has like less than 10, about 10 to 20 employees. And the landlord, so he was trying to negotiate a term with the landlord to pay off the rent with a share of Facebook.
Gotcha. I think they mentioned
But
that in the
for
movie Social Network, don't they? Where they show him in
yeah,
the geek house at the beginning of the movie with all his buddies there trying to
exactly.
code the software and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
But the landlord turned it down. He
Yeah.
said, you guys are like college
He's beating
student, like
himself up
even
right
if
now.
you don't have a full-time job, and I can your share was nothing. And
Yeah.
the guy, the owner of the house, the geek house, actually wrote a book about it. Like
Mhm.
after like 10 years, it costs again Casa Facebook, something like that.
Okay.
I actually had a copy of the contract that the landlord signed with Meta, I mean Facebook, and the rent was like $5,500 per month, and it's paid by
Mhm.
per month, not a long-term contract. And
Gotcha.
yeah, it was a nice house right there. It has a really big yard. You can have even have a conference,
Mhm.
or party outside. So
Well, that's like there was a corner there where Google started. If you go back in time, there's a video that I used in the first
okay,
book that I wrote called, well, it's Best Live Guide. If you wanted to go watch the clip, you can find the link there at bestliveguide.com. It's
uh-huh.
the history of the internet is the name of the clip that's available online, and it shows all the guys from Silicon Valley back in the day,
Yeah.
the startups that were there, a bunch of garage band guys.
Yes.
Really, it was what it was. They were hanging out, drinking beer, partying, writing code, and coming up with ways to do things on the internet. Like the first broadcast live done on the internet was through Rolling Stones,
Yeah.
but it was actually the geek squads over at Google that did a
Yeah.
better job of producing a broadcast at that time. And
Yeah.
theirs was done at the exact same time. So
Yeah.
a lot of the M bone, if you remember the word M bone, that was
Understand.
the video pipeline that was used back then in the day
Okay.
in the 80s. And they were
Okay.
actually little boxes of video this big,
Yeah.
framing at about 3 or 4 frames per second.
Oh,
It was
wow.
at the most maybe 12. So yeah, it
Yeah.
was crazy. All right,
Yeah.
let's keep moving, Ray. We don't have much time and we got a lot of new features coming up. So I'm looking at, calendar integrations, tech improvements, which is something you've already mentioned. Let's get this thing stable, optimize the code. We've updated the 2024 0806 is in beta testing now for the latest GPT model that's out. And then we're updating some of the stuff with the predefined business card. Tell us a little bit more about that, Ray.
Yeah. So I was preparing the AI digital business card for the trip here, so
Mhm.
that when I meet anyone, I will present that business card to, sorry, just to tell people what I do, right? What's the benefit of they can get out of my product? So I attended a couple of events. For example, yesterday I went to a Zendesk event in Palo Alto. I mean, they host big events.
Mhm.
The VP of product for Zendesk, and
Mhm.
also another startup founder of DEEL. Just it's
Oh,
an
gotcha.
HR SaaS company, and also Headlines, a VC firm guy. So
Sure.
yeah, so I just attend there and just meet a lot of founders, right? Then I show them the QR code, and
Mhm.
then they just scan the QR code and type a predefined as a message, and boom, and the chatbot just send back my LinkedIn link. That's it.
I love
It's
it.
very straightforward. So I see a lot of people was carrying like has opened your LinkedIn, and it had to type in the people's name and search on LinkedIn, then connect. So
Mhm.
it's more convenient. I would say that from a personal testing experience, it's very convenient to get connected with people, and
Mhm.
people will go, wow, that's so fun, right? Then without saying any word, they knew that what I do, right? They know that what they can get out of my digital business card.
Absolutely.
So
Ray,
yeah,
I gotta call you out on something right now. I won't do it, but I'm gonna do it behind the scenes, but we'll have to talk about what's
yeah.
going on over at NewOaks AI as soon as we get done here. Don't let me forget. Okay.
Okay.
Just make mention of it. It's an SSL issue. So let's just and you might want to let the tech guys know about that. So from where we're at, Ray, I see the fact that everything else that you're building is kind of focused on the networking aspect of things right now, because I
Yeah.
love the fact that the digital business card gets you not only in front of somebody with all of your information,
Yeah.
but it's connecting you. It's giving you that opt-in. It's giving you also all of their details. So you're getting their phone number, all of their social connections, and
Yeah.
it's all right there. You don't have to ask what was your LinkedIn? What's
Yeah.
your phone number again? What's
Yeah.
this? No, just take a picture of this real quick. It's
Yeah.
on my phone. It's
Exactly.
on the interface in my phone, and you've
Yep.
got everything you need. So what more were you looking to do with this actual business card? Because with the SMS, how would that work out? With just the predefined is cool, but is
Yep.
there any way now that we can like expand on this? Has there been any thoughts of what else we can do with a digital business card? Or is
Yeah.
that somewhere where we can add new features?
Yeah. So there's one more thing that's on the button of add to contact.
Mm-hmm.
So when you present a digital business card, if you click the button add to contacts, and then
Gotcha.
the VCF will be downloaded to your phone so that whenever you go to meet any prospect customers, then you can just tap the two phones together and then you're going to exchange the VCF file.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
then the moment when you click on add to contacts, after download a VCF, then the SMS message will pop up and allow you to do that. So I think that's another use case of that. And even more, I think I'm thinking of building a lot of templates, right? Just customize the look and feel of
I
the
like
digital
that.
business card, so that because I also mentioned that I'm gonna meet another customer, and he already like built a customized digital business card, and it looks really cool. I mean, you have like a lot more information that was presented, right? The social media links and stuff. And also, I met another guy from YouTube AI the other day who was like proposing a new idea that you can even have a special effect for a digital business card. For example,
Oh yeah.
the profile image, right? I'm gonna build a tool that allow you to upload your like random, live picture, but turn that into a either business portrait for LinkedIn profile, or turn that into a very fun avatar
Like a
style.
GIF avatar. I like the one that I have one on my TikTok right now
Yeah.
that when you go to it, it shows a face image and then it actually twists into another
Exactly.
image and
Yes.
changes on the screen while you're looking at
Yep.
it. And I thought
Yep.
that was really cool. Yeah, anything that I think you can use to customize and personalize is really what it comes down to, is
Exactly.
giving you
Customize.
that personal
Yep.
flair and
Yep.
feel for who you are as a person,
Yeah.
rather than just another static image of a business card that looks like the next guy's business card. Obviously, you don't
Exactly.
want
And
that.
also, when I'm still waiting for the audio feature of GPT-4,
Oh,
remember?
for sure.
So that, yeah, there's a line of your phone numbers. When the audio feature comes out, and whoever want to contact, just click the phone number, can talk to your talk to chatbot, right? The voice AI to make appointments and to and engagement. So I think the way that I think about digital business card is not a static digital business card like Linktree.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be a more AI co-pilot and interactive digital business agent,
Yeah,
right?
more of an interface and an integration
Exactly.
than just a thing that you hand somebody,
Yeah.
because that's gotten old. I literally, when I moved my studio, I went through a lot of old business cards and digitized that stuff and
Yes.
got rid of all those because it's just
Uh,
outdated. Nobody really wants to drag around business cards with them anymore in their
yeah.
pocket or anything. So the more
Yeah.
we can digitize it, the better. All right, Ray, that sounds really good. Customer interviews are still on the band here. We need some people. You got 4 more to go. 16 have
Yeah.
been done.
Yeah.
So if you want to step up and just simply offer some of your input and knowledge of what you've been through with the NewOaks AI chatbots and your end of business, let us know, and we'll
Sure.
be happy to sit down and get some more from you. I don't see too much more here, Ray. Is there anything you want to throw up that I missed that we haven't talked about yet?
Yeah. So my trip, I'm gonna
Yeah,
stay
go
in
ahead.
San Francisco until the September 17th, and then go to LA, Irvine. So I'm gonna meet one of my customer, Andy Man, from San Diego. We're gonna meet him in person. Just talk about the product AI digital business card. He actually make really good progress on AI digital business card. He's gonna lock down first paid customer on that specific
Mm-hmm,
product. So
mm-hmm.
I think it's very good. I'm very excited to help him to succeed.
I like it.
And in the meantime, if anyone is in Bay Area or in LA areas, welcome DM me so that we can set up a in-person meeting.
Absolutely. I've got a few questions out in the feed here, Ray. We're going to welcome the ones that did show up. We've got Laxmin and Loud Egg in the house today.
Yeah,
Laxmin says, "Hi, Ray. Can we have some improvement in RAG or RAG?
yeah,
Graph RAG in particular, it sounds like is what he's looking for. So you want to touch on that real quick?"
yeah. So definitely RAG. We with like what I said, when we implement the GPT 4086 version, we're gonna adapt a different route. It's much better than the current RAG version. So previously, when you upload a knowledge base, right, then every time the chatbot is going to connect to the data that you use, connect to the embedding database, right, to grab data out and then send that to GPT. But this time, the new version of GPT-4o, the cost is slashed down by 40%. So that way we can actually put all of the knowledge base. If the knowledge base is less than like 2,000 tokens, we can just put that in system prompt. It
Gotcha.
as a cache, as a flash memory, it's going to be a lot faster. The speed to access information and the accuracy about information. So we're going to improve that to make the RAG more accurate and more reliable and a lot faster than it was before.
Gotcha.
So be prepared and expect a lot of fine-tuned stuff coming.
Sure. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And then we've got Loud Egg asking, speaking on Silicon, well, not so much asking as stating, speaking on Silicon Valley, great show on HBO, must watch for all geeks and founders. So yeah, that's another clip that's available out there as a documentary, Silicon Valley. If you haven't seen that yet, go make sure you take a look at it. Sure. And he's also mentioning, or she, I wouldn't say which, because it is a loud egg with just eyes. I'm not gender specific here at all. Ray and NewOaks are great. And the question they do have to ask is, when are you coming to New York, Ray?
Yes, good point. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I was thinking because I mentioned that I only purchased one-way ticket to the US. So I did. So I was thinking maybe there's a chance for me to probably go to Colorado, Denver, Colorado, and also maybe the East Coast. It could happen this trip. So I'm thinking about it. Let me just to check on my schedule.
Yeah.
If time allows, I may go to East Coast to meet
if
you
you
guys.
get this far, let me know. The way I show people where I'm at is I hold up my hand and I say I'm right about here in the state of Michigan. So I'm located right in the middle of the mitten, as we call it, which puts me about a half hour from Lansing, the capital. I'm about 2 hours north of Detroit, maybe an hour and a half.
Yep.
And 5 hours or so from Chicago. So if you're in any of those regions, Chicago will be a stretch, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? And that's about it. It says it is. So this is Joe coming from New York. And he says, let's meet in the middle is Loud Egg. So
yeah. Joe, thank you. Yeah. Let me plan my trip. I will let you know. I would very much like to meet you in person.
For sure.
If it's
fun stuff.
Yeah.
Always good to meet new people. Well, Ray, that's about all I have for NewOaks today. If you don't know what NewOaks AI is, and Ray, let me just stop us here for a second. It looks like since you left China, your SSL is expired. So check the website. I was going to show the website, but it looks it's broken up because of the SSL at this moment. So let's get that SSL fixed. So if anybody's out there wants to see NewOaks AI, you may see a little bit of weird. You're going to get a warning panel up front. If you just hit the advanced down at the bottom, it will allow you to pass through the SSL layer, which is a secure socket layer for purchase mostly. It's to make sure that credit card purchases and other access from the back end isn't compromised for you. In this case, this isn't for a sale. We're just here to let you see what the chatbot's about today. So if you're concerned about security, Ray's team will get the SSL up and running within an hour, I suspect. So I just wanted to let Ray know that did fall out today. It happens.
Okay.
I've got websites. We deal with this every year. It's a new thing that annually we have to update the secure socket layer thanks to what
Yeah,
the
so every
internet
month,
wants
I
us
think
to.
every month,
And
we set
yeah,
up an automatic update, but it could, yeah,
gotcha.
it could have some small issues. I'm gonna
That's
fix
all
that
it
in
is.
20 minutes. Okay.
All it is. So I
Thank
just want to let everybody know that if there was an issue, oh, it looks good on your end. So the SSL might be propagating already and not being picked up on all servers right now. So that's all there is to it. All right,
Okay.
Ray, thanks so much for showing up in America. And once again, on NewOaks AI Podcast with me, your host, Leland Best over at AIO Chatbots. Hook up with Ray if you're here in the US. This is your chance to go meet the CEO of NewOaks AI here in America. So until next time, Tuesday, 10 a.m.
Tuesday.
Eastern.
Yes. Yes.
Be
Okay.
safe. We may keep you here if we get a chance. So you only got one way out, and that's another ticket. If you don't get one fast enough, we might keep you here.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Dude.
you,
Take
Leland.
care.
Thank you,
Be
guys.
safe.
See you next
Yep.
week.
Right, take
Okay.
care. See
Yeah.
you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.